I'm going to tell you guys about the time God bought me a car. So around 2016, I was going through some financial issues and they were about to repossess my car. Now this car I was making payments on. So they ended up repossessing it. But in comes a 1985 Honda Accord into the dealership. So I said, hey, whose car is that? And he was like, oh, we just took it in. There's this 90-year-old lady. She wanted to turn it in because she was done driving. She wanted to see what she could get for it. And I said, well, can I buy it? How much would you guys sell it to me, tax and doc? He was like, oh, we'll give it to you for $600. Bet. So I bought it for $600. Mind you, this is a 1985 Honda Accord. It had less than 100,000 miles on it. Car got like 35 miles to the gallon, okay? So I'm good. I got a car. I'm riding this car around, okay? Now, I ended up leaving that job and I got on at a hospital. I was a groundskeeper. Now, at this time, 2018, my daughter is about to be born. And the problem that I had with my current car, the Honda Accord, was that there were holes in the mufflers. Carbon monoxide was leaking on the inside of the car. Didn't bother me, I just rolled with the windows down. But I told God, I said, I can't have my daughter in this car, I need a new car. And so I said, what I'm gonna do, God, I said, I'm gonna work a second job temporarily to get the money up or whatever. I said, you have to find the car for me. So I said, bet. So I go to work at Deaconess the next day, and I go into one of the energy centers, and pulled up at the front of the energy center is a Lexus. It's like a GS 300 or something like that. It's real nice. So I'm looking on the inside, I'm like, oh, that's nice, So the guy who owns the car comes out, and we ended up being good friends to this day. He works there too. He's like, you like that, don't you? I was like, yeah, man, it's nice. He's like, well, I'm selling it. I said, really? He was like, yeah. I said, where you selling it at? He said, I got it on Facebook Marketplace. I said, okay. I said, I want to buy that. I said, take it off of Marketplace. And I said, oh, by the way, I don't have any money to buy it. He looked at me the same way that you're looking at me right now. And he said, you know what? I believe you. I said, here's what we're going to do. And I said, I'm going to pitch this to you and you let me know how you feel about it. He said, okay. I said, I'm going to give you half the money up front. Mind you, the car cost $4,000. I said, I'm going to give you half the money up front, and then over the course of a year, I'm going to pay down the other $2,000. And I said, is that okay? He was like, yeah. He's like, you want to take it right now? I said, no, I'll take it when I make the first $2,000 payment. Now, little side note, at the time, Deaconess, the place that I was working at, they were garnishing my wages. But what they did was, the bill that I owed was $2,000. So they had took the $2,000 over the course of them garnishing my wages, but they never took the garnishment off. So they kept garnishing my money until they took a total of $3,500. So I wasn't mad. I ended up calling down to the courts, and I told them what the issue was, and they were like, "Oh, we're sorry about this. We'll go ahead and take this off, and we'll issue you a $1,500 check." Cool. So mind you, I had was hustling up some money. So they sent me the check, and I put that $1,500 with $500, and I gave it to the guy. And then I took ownership of the car. Now, 2 weeks later, I get another check from the courts. It was $2,000. So I gave that to him, and that's how I paid for my car. 2 weeks later, the courts, they called me. They said, hey, listen, we made a mistake. We sent you an extra $2,000. I said, no, you didn't. And they said, so you didn't receive a check? I said, yeah, I received the check, but that check is the penalty that I'm charging you for you not doing your job and garnishing my wages past what you were supposed to. The lady said, well, we'll take you to court. I said, okay, that's fine. To this day, I never heard from him. It's not on my credit report. It's not on record or anything like that. So that is how God bought me a car. Stay faithful, stay prayed up, and he'll do the same thing for you. Peace.